meantime, yeah, just if you can just give us about 2 or 3 minutes. Also, just to keep you all informed, BongoHive is actually streaming this live on Facebook. So we're connected to many more people that are here in the meeting. And I think, George, if you can place maybe the link, the link in the chat, so that if our participants want to share that out to their friends and other people in their network, so that they can connect as well. I can see a lot of our second cohort come through. We have Wyson, we have Chilufia, we have Gerald as well, Innocent. Who all is in there? Yeah. So it's great to see you. Thank you for coming through. Okay. I think as many of you joined on time, I think we'll go ahead and get started because we have a very short program this afternoon. It's only an hour and we want to make sure we can cover everything in time and not keep you all away from your Friday afternoon, which is great. I see that we have a few other participants who have joined. Thank you very much. Welcome to the FinTech4U Accelerator Programme Grand Finale, which is sort of a way to celebrate the end of the second cohort, but generally to celebrate all that the program has achieved over the year that it's been running. FinTech4U is a collaboration between BongoHive Innovation Hub and the UN Capital Development Fund. It originated to answer a need oh, sorry, I just got distracted because the screen is sharing. The reason why BongoHive and UNCDF collaborated on the FinTech4U Accelerator Programme was to address financial inclusion in Zambia with many of the underserved who live in our country, particularly women, youth, and the rural populations. And primarily, the startup fintechs were addressing the need to improve the way Zambians can make digital payments, access digital services, and just generally access digital finance. So BongoHive and UNCDF collaborated to ensure that fintechs who were part of the program could succeed when they actually did go into market. And there are a lot of barriers affecting their success, such as not being able to navigate the regulatory environment, not knowing what regulation applied to them, not having products that really spoke to the customers and the customers' need. And in addition, not being able to use the data that they had available within their solution to create a solution that actually worked properly. So FinTech4U and was born out of this, to try and meet these needs. And we have worked so far with 15 startups. There were 5 in the first cohort that ran at the beginning of 2020. And we enrolled an additional 10 in the later part of 2020. But unfortunately, 2 of those fintechs were not able to complete the program. So we have worked with a number of fintechs, and we're really excited to be able to show how far these fintechs have come and see the kind of solutions they have to solve the problems that Zambians face. I think at the moment, we have a good number of people who have joined us, and I'd just like to run through the program real quickly. We will have a few opening remarks from our colleague at BongoHive, Simunza Muyangana, who is a co-founder of BongoHive, and he also serves as Director of Entrepreneurship there. We'll also have remarks from our representative from UNCDF, Kili Kanjo, who is a DFS expert with UNCDF. We'll also call upon 3 fintechs who are part of this particular program to give their experiences on what this program has done for them, maybe on an individual basis, but definitely for the startup business that they have in the program as well. And after that, we'll obviously announce the reason, the reason why we're here is to announce the 3 fintechs, the 3 startups that will be receiving the $5,000 grant that we're offering the fintechs to improve their business and to help them scale, to meet those goals that we have for the program. After that, we'll run through what the next steps are for FinTech4U. Things are not ending today. There's a long way to go for us to meet our goals, and we continue to work with the startups that have been part of the program. And one of our colleagues will talk through what that will be. Soon after that, we will wrap up our event for today, and then just basically thank you all for attending and let you get on with the rest of your afternoon. So to begin, I would like to invite Simunza Muyangana from BongoHive. As I said, he is the co-founder of BongoHive. He is one of the co-founders of BongoHive, and he also serves as Director of Entrepreneurship. Simunza, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mali. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to today's session in which we pay homage or give recognition to the startups that have participated in the last FinTech4U cohort. A few years ago, when UNCDF and BongoHive started having a conversation, the conversation was largely around how money and the movement of money is an essential element that exists within the ecosystem of life. How people achieve their livelihoods, how people carry out business, how money is actually stored, how money actually grows and helps people to achieve their desires or to get to a place where achieve their goals and develop nations at the end of the day becomes a very, very important element and a platform on which everything else that we want to do, whether it's education, making sure people have access to food, and just making sure that people have roofs over their heads to move towards going all the way to make it towards creating jobs and everything else, is all relies on access to finances and the movement of money and the storage and its growth at the very end of the day. However, we know that in Africa and in Zambia, there are challenges exist in how to make this happen. So the question we asked ourselves was, How do we get people who are thinking about viable solutions that address these challenges to get together and address these problems? In speaking with entrepreneurs, we realized that there were three challenges that they face in the design, in the growth of their businesses. First of all, getting to know their markets very well, getting access to the data, and getting access to the knowledge that they need to know their customers, and to understand the problems that their customers face, and customers being people who would be willing to pay for solutions that exist. Customers customers that acknowledge that a problem exists and would be willing to pay for a solution to those problems. Then it would be the skills and the resources needed to actually build out these solutions feasibly, and to make sure that these solutions can actually be delivered towards the market, so that a paying customer can actually get the experience and realize value from them, and be willing to pay for them over and over again. Then finally, access to capital to actually make these, to actually build these solutions and take them to market. So we designed a program, a 3-month program, which invited startups that already had minimum viable products or solutions that already were set in motion and needed to get into market, so that we could support them in getting an intimate knowledge of their customers, researching, getting into the research and understanding who their customers were, what the customers valued, and what the jobs to be done by the customers actually are, and why they would be willing to pay. Why would they be willing to pay for a solution if a solution was suggested to them? Then to help them to design models that would help them to not only deliver the solution to their customers, but provide access to their customers to actually pay for that solution to come back in and to show that appreciation, so that could then continue. And then finally, introduce them to potential partners and investors that would actually hopefully be excited about these solutions and invest in the growth of these solutions into the market. We're excited that the Bank of Zambia and the Securities Exchange Commission were keen to join us in this in trialing this alongside the ZICTA, the ICT regulator, in making sure that more solutions, more homegrown solutions that addressed homegrown challenges with me. There's a saying that we believe that if something works here, there's the potential that it would also work in other markets. But we first of all wanted to make sure that these prototypes and these products would actually gain some footing on the here in Zambia and be tested, and would actually gain the respect and the valuation of customers, improving that these solutions would actually come to ground. We also have partners like the Musa Dudia and Company, experts, mentors, and other people that joined in, judges that evaluated some of these companies at the end of the day. Would like to say thank you to every single one of you that joined us on this journey. There's no way that we would have been able to do this on our own, and we believe that a thriving ecosystem in which the spirit of entrepreneurship grows invites everybody to participate in it, and gives everyone the fulfilling opportunity to add a piece of their value towards a solution that could actually grow. We're excited today to showcase that last 10 companies that came into the program, but also that we're picking 3 companies that had stellar performance during the program and were noted by judges to possibly be solutions that could drive change, not only in Zambia and hopefully in the world. So I'd like to say, at this moment, I'd like to say thank you to everybody. Having said thank you to everybody, I'd like to say thank you and return the floor back to Mali.
Thank you very much, Simunza. Simunza's right. There are a lot of people who have joined us on this journey, and it's impossible to have gone this far helping all these startups with what they needed to do to advance their businesses had we not had good connections and good friends in the market. So it is really out of gratitude that we host this event, and also just acknowledge our partners that who have been with us along the way. So thank you very much to all of those. Following on from Simunza's remarks, I'd like to hand over now to Kili Kanjo. Kili has been with UNCDF for a good number of years, but she is a DFS practitioner and has experience in a couple of markets. I'd like to hand over now to Kili to give some remarks.
Thank you, Mali. Good afternoon, everybody. I am so excited that we are here today, and I'm very excited that you all could be able to join us, those who could be able to join us now, as well as also those live on Facebook. I think it will be very good for you for everybody else to be able to appreciate where UNCDF is actually coming from and how we reached this point and why we chose to work with BongoHive and to really focus on the fintechs. For us as UNCDF, in 2019, we went through a change, and also we were looking at our strategy. And we actually launched our new strategy, which is leaving no one behind in the digital era. And in realizing, even in just that one sentence, you realize that digital plays a huge role. And it's going to play a huge role as we move forward, especially now in the 21st century, even now more than ever with the COVID pandemic that we're actually facing now. So for us, like as UNCDF, like the way Simonza has said, there were a couple of conversations that were already taking place in the background before we even came up with this project. And we had been talking for a while. And yes, we were looking at issues around money and looking at how can we move money in terms of financial inclusion, in terms of digital finance. But overall, this is bigger than digital finance. This is around building digital economies. Now, as UNCDF, looking at the market and the big challenge that we actually set ourselves up for, we realized we can't do this alone. We needed a partner. Hence, we went and started conversating with BongoHive. So partnership as we're building digital economies is very important. So I would like for everybody to be able to remember that even the fintechs, as we are actually finishing, partnership is key for you to succeed. Secondly, we also realize that coordination and local collaboration is also key. But looking at the Zambia market, Zambia feel like the fintechs actually are coming up. There are so many that are coming up and so many fintechs that are thinking of actually products and services that we never even imagined of, looking at the needs of the local Zambians. So I realized that probably we need to spend a little bit more time to help the fintechs, one, to be investor ready. But what does it mean? It means that there will be so many things that we have to put in place, so many things that we have to work together with the fintechs, so that by the time they start attracting the kind of investors that they're looking for, they're already ready. They know how to do business modeling, or they understand their business model even a little bit better. They understand the needs of their customers. So a lot of HCD sessions, they have been out in the market to be able to pilot, to scale, to test the different ideas. So whenever they come face to face, either with a regulator or with investors, or even with other partners that they want to plug into, they are actually ready. So for us, we believe then and now, and not only even then and now, it has been more cemented because of the COVID pandemic that fintechs hold the key to be able to help Zambia, as well as all different countries in this world, to build digital economies. So today, this is a very exciting time for us. We are happy to be here. We are happy to have worked with UNCDF, but most importantly, we are also, not UNCDF, apologies for that, with the BongoHive, but also with the fintechs. We have learned from you. I hope that you have also learned from one another. And we continue to look forward to offering more support as we move forward. We thank all other partners that have come to play. We are very thankful for the partnership that we have with Bank of Zambia, with the sector, with SEC. We wouldn't have done this without you, including all other judges that actually helped us to reach to this point. So with those few remarks, I'll say thank you very much, everybody else. I look forward to the rest of the program. Mali, I hand it over back to you.
Thank you very much, Kili. I'd like to now switch the light onto the fintechs themselves, the startups who have been part of the program, who have shared their work with us and have let us be part of their journey of growth and transition as they build their companies, as they build their businesses. The first fintech that I would like to call to share their experiences of the program, or what this experience or FinTech4U has been for them, is Mbuyoti from Yoti Solutions. Mbuyoti, if you could spend about 3-4 minutes just giving your feedback on what the program has been like, what have been the highlights, any challenges, what you'd like to share with the audience about your growth in FinTech4U and what your startup will be based on how this project, this initiative has been for you. Mbuyoti? I thought he had
Hi,
something.
Mandy. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Oh, there you are. Okay.
Okay, all right, great. So my name is Mbuyoti, and I'm co-founder and CEO of Moti Solutions, not really Yoti, but Moti Solutions for Africa. And being part of the cohort, at first I thought it was just one of those trainings or activities they are part of. But as time went on, we realized how much value we were gaining. Particularly, we gained a lot from human-centered design, where we had to understand from the customer's journey for our client, and understand the pain points for our clients. And not only that, it gave us a whole lot of a different angle when we looked at how to actually measure our results, tracking down our results. From, I think, previously, before we joined the cohort, to were trying to measure our results every after 6 months. But as a startup, we learned that actually measuring results per week is more effectively enabled for us to progress. And the sessions that we had from finance, legal, I think we had a lot of legal sessions, helped us understand the landscape of the Zambian market and regulations that are there. And I think as of now, I can say it has helped us in so many ways. And one of the ways is we managed to remodel our business and be able to understand our customers better and be able to interact with our customers better than before. So it was a great, I think for us, the interaction and the learning was more valuable. Of course, the winning is something interesting, but I think the value was really more in the experience and the interaction that BongoHive and USD have provided. We are so grateful. And not to forget the name, I think something has been mentioned about partnerships. Already, I think we're created networks within the cohort itself and created valuable networks with different startups that we think we can actually be working with after this cohort is done. Thank you.
Great, Mbuyoti. Thank you so much for that. It's interesting that you say that you created networks, created partnerships through the program. Your cohort was so different than the first one because your cohort was entirely digital, or virtual rather. You didn't meet one another as regularly as the previous cohort did. So I'm glad to hear that you still were able to make connections among yourselves, even though you didn't have an opportunity to meet regularly. I'd like to now call upon Waisen Lungu. Waisen is the founder of Onyx Connect, and Onyx have an interesting story, but I think people, our audience, our friends would like to hear a little bit from you on what exactly your experience was in the FinTech4U program. Waisen, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. My full names are Waisen Lungu. I'm the founder and CEO for Onyx Connect. I think my experience with the Cohort 2 has been a fantastic one. I think so many insights, so many things that we thought we knew previously, which we discovered that they were actually different, and then also different things which we thought we could never understand or know. The FinTech4U through BongoHive and UNCDF, came about. And I think one of the core experiences and learning was being able to really nail it to the wire, especially for solving customers' pain point. Because any business, if you're not solving the pain points of the customers won't come to you. So as a business, you need to understand exactly what are your customers experiencing, what is their pain point, and then the solution that you provide are able to offer a solution to those pain points. Also, the skills and expertise that BongoHive and UNCDF bring, it's something I've already also shared with them. You know, as startups, we lack this insight of skills and expertise. So one of the things which came out was also trying to make our businesses understand the human-centered design of acquiring a customer. So you need to know who your target customer is, because otherwise, if you're just targeting every Jim and Jack customer, that may not cut it out exactly for your business. And also the ability for UNCDF and BongoHive to really bring out the business design and business modeling. I'll give an example, like for Onyx, we are playing in the last mile, where very few players are involved. We are probably the only ones. Now, the business model there is very different, because most of the businesses look at the rural of rural as non-commercially viable. So how do you still remain relevant to those customers? Because even the people in the rural areas also have pain points. So through BongoHive and UNCDF, we've been able to come up with a business model, which we call a cross-subsidy model, where we capitalize on risk-free repayments from the urban areas, and we invest those funds to foster the business growth in the rural areas. So that way we still remain alive. And I think the most final important thing was through the cohort experience, we've been able to have on board both local and international partnership. Right now, we are working on a documentary with the BBC, which we should conclude by the end of this month, which is very interesting, because even just to be looked at by the BBC in what you're trying to do and what we're trying to achieve, which is changing the world, which is what we're doing. And I think UNCDF and BongoHive are helping us to do that. We've also have very interesting partnerships with some companies in Europe, such as Anywhere Berlin. We're introducing electric cargo bikes, basically moving away from the manual use of a bicycle, but the bicycle that is powered through solar and electric energy, and can be able also to hold a little bit more cargo, say in excess of 400 kg, which you can easily transport between 5 to about 50 kilometers, which a bicycle cannot do. So these are some of the partnerships that we have gotten through this FinTech program, and we're very excited that we are on this program. It's unfortunate that it's coming to an end, but we know our relationship is still gonna be ongoing, and we look forward to making sure that other startups benefit from what we have also benefited through BongoHive and UNCDF. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Wyson. Wow, I wasn't aware of everything that you all have achieved. And so it's really great to hear the success that has come about through the time that you've been in the program, but also, you know, obviously through all of your hard work. So congratulations on that. Yes, FinTech4U might be closing this chapter, but I'll echo the words of our friends at BongoHive, who say that once you enter the gates of the doors of BongoHive, you never quite leave. So you're part of us now. You're never really going to go away. You'll always still be welcome, and we'll always still have some engagement and some interaction with you. Well, we've come to the part of the program that we have been waiting for. It's the most exciting part of the program. One of the exciting parts of the program was seeing all of you log in and connect. But this is the time when all the fintechs are now holding their breath. I'd like to hand over to Mr. Isaac Holly-Ogwell. Isaac is country lead of the UNCDF program in Zambia. He not recently, but has been with us for under a year, but has quickly learned the landscape in Zambia and has brought his expertise here to really contribute to the market and the success of the work that we're doing here in Zambia. Isaac will announce not the winners. Isaac will announce those fintechs that will be receiving the grants, because I honestly believe that all the fintechs, all the startups have gained so much as part of the program and are winners in their own way. I think everyone will agree that they've gained something. So I'll hand over now to Isaac to make the announcement of the 3 that have been selected.
Thank you, Mali. Good afternoon to everyone who is logged on and who is listening in, following from our Facebook feed. I am on extreme pressure to make these announcements. I've never been on such pressure. But first, congratulations to all the 15 fintechs that participated in both the first and second cohorts. We all are winners because the objectives that we set out to achieve with this program, I believe, have been met. One was to improve on your knowledge and skill set so that you can help understand your customer much better, so that you can be able to put your customer at the center of your innovations. And third is that you're able to plan and develop better for your customer. I think I'm very certain you all have benefited from that. We tick off that objective. The second objective was mainly to amplify your profile so that you can be able to raise capital and listening to Wason. I mean, it's beautiful to hear that you're going to be featured on BBC, and how I wish that I could also just appear in that BBC feed just to enjoy the limelight you're going to be enjoying. So you've been able to create partnerships, and if there is any way that the UNCDF can continue to help and build your profiles to help you connect to better partnerships, to deeper partnerships, please, the journey is still beginning. We look forward to helping you on that. It is, we expect that much more is coming. To our partners, I will need to say thank you to everyone. BongoHive, thank you for hand-holding our cohorts and helping with expanding knowledge of HCD and entrepreneurship. To our partners who are not logged in here, for example, Comic Relief, we send our regards to you and thank you so much. Partners such as Zicta, the Bank of Zambia, and the Security Exchange Commission. We thank you from deep within us. We thank you so much as UNCDF. And now to the announcement. And first, allow me to say thank you to the judges for the wonderful job that you have done. It is because of because of the results you've given us that we are able to announce the 3 recipients of the 5,000 prize, and in no particular order. Efficiencies are pivotal, and that's what digitization brings. This particular fintech developed an e-bus ticket platform that helps customers to conveniently book their bus ticket in a more cost-effective way and without disturbing their customers or travelers wait for long hours for the bus to get filled. Congratulations to ECAMO. That is our one of the 3 recipients. Second, microloans play an important role to MSMEs, specifically with capital required for CAPEX and OPEX, and as well as funds required for expansion and diversification goals. This particular fintech offers affordable microloans to MSMEs and low-income earners using advanced technologies for ease and conveniences. Congratulations to Premier Credit. Lastly, this fintech makes transportation work for small scaleholder farmers in Zambia by offering a payment in increments approach for bicycles. This fintech aims to enhance mobility in Zambia and provide a scalable model for enhancing mobility for these small-scale farmers, especially dairy farmers. Each bicycle supports women dairy farmers, increase their earning potentially by 3 times, and helps to reduce milk and perishable spoilage. Congratulations to Onyx Connect. So to the 3 fintechs, congratulations to you all. on behalf of the UNCDF, we congratulate you and to the rest of all the fintechs that participated. Well done, and luta continua.
Thank you so much, Isaac. And yes, congratulations to Onyx Connect, Premier Credit, and eCamo Wallet. I think it was a difficult decision to make. It wasn't a question of yes, yes, yes to everything. It was difficult because all the fintechs really put their best foot forward and participated as well as they could in the program. But yeah, as they knew from the beginning, this would be the final result, and obviously some choices had to be made, and these were the ones who came out on top. So very well done to the 3 who will receive the grants. But as Isaac mentioned, it's not the end. There's still much more work that needs to be done for all the fintechs, all the startups who are involved. Even the ones in the first cohort are still actively involved and are still being supported, and we're still collaborating and working with them. There's a long way to go, as we've said. And yeah, so this is just the beginning or part of a long journey. I'd like to just acknowledge, just very briefly, we didn't do this, and I apologize for that. The 3 external judges who worked with us to select, as part of the selection of the 3 grant recipients, were Gareth Evans, Mara Michello, and Cass Shirley. So we're very grateful for the participation of our 3 external judges, and it showed that they were obviously invested in what it is that we were trying to achieve, and we're glad that you were able to give up your time and help us with that. So thank you very much for that. I'd like to now move over back to our fearless leader in the FinTech4U program, Simunza, who will share a little bit of what the next steps are with where we're headed and what you all will expect coming from us. As we've said, this is not the end. This is just part of quite a lengthy program, actually. So we are moving on to something after this, and Simunza will share a little bit about what that is. Thank you, Simunza.
Great. Thank you very much, Maddie. At BongoHive, we like to say that we work with great minds building viable solutions that will change the world. And with that ambitious goal in mind, we believe that working with mentors, working with experts, working with the creators, the entrepreneurs themselves that will actually deliver the solutions and create the solutions, and working with the customers is what brings forth the co-creation process and ignites the solutions and the support that then comes around towards building these solutions that will go forth into the market. As Mali has mentioned, although the program was designed to be a 3-month program, we were designing for this program pre-COVID. And midway through the first cohort, we found ourselves in a situation where we had to pivot and then figure out how to run this program digitally and allow and still be able to support the entrepreneurs in getting to their results and to get into where it is that they had aimed for themselves within the 3 months. The second cohort run entirely online with a couple of meetings, especially around the HCD development. And that's the support when we talk about the next steps that we want to continue to support the entrepreneurs in achieving. So whilst we joke around and say that when startups come into our programs, welcome to Hotel California, it certainly is going to continue being the case in that we will still work with the businesses in this cohort in carrying out their HCD field tests and taking them into market and gathering results as continued work in their product development and making sure that what the work that they do is fit for their customers and is shown, and the results are shown in revenue that they generate and penetration that they get into as they get into the market. Talking about partners, we're excited about the forthcoming things that are coming around. Part of the work that we did in the last in 2020 was the UNCDF and BongoHive worked together with the regulators to develop an extension from the regulators that would help startups to not only understand what the regulatory requirements for the country are, but also get into a place where if no regulation exists, or no policy or no regulation exists for innovative solutions that are coming into the market, to help the regulators to get to understand these startups and not only stifle them, but also help them to actually get into the market a lot easier. What we were happy to learn was that the regulators are excited for new innovations to come into the market. And that's why they lent their expertise and their knowledge towards, one, a regulatory playbook that will be launched this year that will help forthcoming startups and fintechs to get to have a handbook that helps them to navigate the regulatory environment in Zambia, know who to talk to, what the checkboxes they need to take off before they apply to get to work with the regulator, and what the process is for them to getting towards obtaining licenses from the regulators. The second thing that was worked on with the regulators was sandboxes that allow startups to then work in a space very close with the regulators to experiment with customers in a safe way and to get results under the observation of the regulators, so that new regulation and new policies are then created in spaces where regulation would not have existed before. We all know that regulators, whilst we love our regulators, we know that they're not wizards who can imagine what the future is. And innovators continue to knock on the door and try to break into places into which new solutions could be found. And we thought that bringing them together to start working together would actually benefit both of them. It's with this announcement that I'm happy to announce on behalf of the Securities Exchange Commission that on the 17th of March, they will be launching their sandbox for companies that are, for fintechs that are keen to launch new ideas that no regulation exists for, no policy covers yet, and that the Securities Exchange Commission would like to welcome these startups to apply and to get into the sandbox that they can work together to explore how to deliver these solutions going into the future. An announcement will be made. Please watch the Securities Exchange Commission online, BongoHive, and the UNCDF platforms for announcements and links to where you can register to participate in the launch of and gain information about how to apply to participate in the sandbox that the Securities Exchange Commission will launch on the 17th of March. Then, coming out of this cohort, on Monday, we will email to partners and partners, investors, and anybody else who would like to get information on the startups that have participated in this cohort and the previous cohort, deal books that give you information on each startup, links to their pitches on YouTube, and also links to their decks, so that if you would like to get information on any one of them, get in touch with the founders and find out where the opportunity is to get involved with these startups in building viable solutions that will indeed change the world. We will have those sent to you by email. Please email us at BongoHive, contact us at BongoHive, or the email address contact us at BongoHive if you would like, or contact us on Twitter if you'd like us to include you on the mailing list of all those that will receive the deal book for the start, with information on the startups that have participated in Cohort 1 and Cohort 2. So, like said, this is not the end. There's definitely a lot more to come as we continue to explore ways in which we can grow the best ecosystem in Southern Africa, emanating from Lusaka, in building digital economy startups that would indeed change the world. Thank you very much, and I hand back to Mali.
Thank you, Simunza. Wow. So that's another piece of great news that's coming out from the FinTech4U program. We're really excited that our partners have completely bought into what it is, what our vision is. And this is a shared vision. It's not something that we hold for ourselves. This is something that, is basically a shared vision. So we're really excited that the sandbox will be launched later on this month, in literally days away, and it invites so many more players into the market, and it expands this financial sector and the digital sector that we're working in. So we're really excited about that. And we hope that even if you don't have a solution immediately for this round, that things will grow and it'll develop into something through which you can participate. Please share the word among your networks and everyone. You never know who has an idea, who's just bubbling and raring to go. So please definitely share the word about the sandbox and sign up to the contact list, as Simunza said, so that you don't miss out on anything. Definitely share or definitely connect with us on social media. There's the BongoHive account, which is at BongoHive on Twitter. And our UNCDF digital account is at UNCDF digital. So please definitely connect so that you don't miss out on any of that information. And as I said, as Simunza said, as we've all said, our doors are still open to all the fintechs in this cohort and other fintechs in the market. This is not the end. We expect to continue to work with you and exchange ideas and to build your capacity to help us understand what the needs are that we could be meeting in Zambia, in the market. So please definitely keep in touch and keep us posted with your progress and the things that are interesting to you, the challenges it is that you're trying to solve. I've just recently just posted a video that might give you an idea of what it is that the first cohort achieved in the last, when they were beginning the Accelerator program. It's a YouTube video, the link is in the chat. So if you haven't had a chance to view that yet, please definitely view that and yeah, share it among your colleagues and your networks. It's, it's a YouTube video, it's real short and it's super interesting, if I may say so myself. Yeah, so I think at this point, we'd like to close the program, but I will just ask if there are any burning questions that anybody has for any of the FinTech4U team at this moment, because we're making quite good time. So we can take a couple questions if there are any major questions that anyone would like to ask. If you do have to get off the call right this minute, thank you so much for announcement with us, engagements. But are there any questions at the moment? Would anyone like to raise their hand for anything? Going once, going twice. Okay. Well, just congratulations again to all the fintechs who have participated and who did a really good job in the program. We're really grateful and we're really excited about the solutions that you have to offer. I think it says a lot for where Zambia is headed and for the innovation that's coming out of our country. So we're really grateful and excited about that. We are we're running a little bit early, but that's great because it means that you can get back to your weekend or you can start your weekend a little bit earlier than expected. Thank you all for joining in. And yeah, we expect to keep connecting with you. So definitely look out for us and we'll look out for you. Thank you very much. Everybody take care, stay safe and enjoy your Women's Day weekend. Bye-bye.